I'm Nik Miles at Dick Hanna Jeep in Vancouver, and the brand new remodeled store with a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. This is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. It'll do, according to Jeep, 25 miles on a single charge of electric, but I've been getting 27 miles on a single charge of electric before it flips over to the hybrid mode. This vehicle can be traced back in its lineage to the 1983 AMC, and it's the most awarded, the Grand Cherokee that is, SUV in American history. Now, we're going to put this vehicle on the road, test drive how it drives in both gas, electric and hybrid. We're also going to check out the exterior, beautiful and very sophisticated design, and we're going to check out the inside, including the massaging seats. So let's walk around and see how this vehicle has been taken care of. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll be notified every time a new video goes up online. So the first thing you should know is I have been driving this car for about a week and I have used zero gas. It's all electric. My trips have been less than 27 miles, obviously, in a day before I charge it each time. There are two electric motors in this vehicle. One sits between the engine and the 8-speed transmission, and the other sits between the starter and the engine. That's what allows you to really get your silent start. But I have been basically using no gas at all, or at least that's what the gauges show. Okay, so now we're in electric mode and pretty silent. I mean, we're traveling at under 30 miles an hour, or just about 30 miles an hour, and there is no noise whatsoever coming from the vehicle. And this is how I drive around town mostly, pretty quietly and at pretty low speeds. But if you get out onto the highway and punch it a few times, it works really well. 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbo is the gas engine in this vehicle, and that is adequate for powering past other vehicles on the highway if you need to do that. And that's really, I've had to do a couple of times, so a few drops of gas if I've had to use it. Total output 375 horsepower and still tows 6,000 pounds with that 17 kilowatt hour battery. So the best of both worlds in this vehicle. Electric isn't your bag yet, and gas a little too expensive, and you need the best of everything that technology has to offer. This is the perfect vehicle for you and your family. Now, my favorite feature inside this vehicle is the massaging seats. They can be activated from a button right here in the door, and I will tell you, they are on pretty much all of the time that I am sitting in this driver's seat, as they are now, because they are so delightful. Standard adaptive cruise control. This has forward collision emergency braking. It has rear cross traffic alert. They have thought of almost every possibility in this vehicle, packed with safety and security features. You need to read the list because it is long, it is comprehensive, and it is absolutely excellent. The USBs up front, ingeniously, Jeep have put two USB-A's and two USB-C's in here. USB-Cs are clearly the charger of the future, but they didn't want to negate everybody that is still using A's. So you get both options in this vehicle as well. LED cabin lights throughout the vehicle. At night it is amazing, and of course one of the technological marvels that this vehicle has is night vision. Let's talk about the screen space. There is 10.1 inches of gauge cluster heads-up display, 10.3 inches of screen. The screen is absolutely amazing, and it doesn't matter what screen size you have, the buttons are always available and on screen, at the bottom of the screen, and I love that about their system. Now let's talk about Macintosh sound system. The most amazing sound system I've ever seen. There's even a speaker in the trunk. Jeep made it a point to do a deal with Macintosh to have their sound systems in their new vehicles, and they are second to none. They're also, of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can get your music from those sources, and you also have a wireless charger in this vehicle. It has Amazon Alexa, and also Amazon Fire TV is compatible in the back. Plus, there is a passenger screen up front, in front of the passenger. The great thing about this is it used to be the rear seat was where everybody wanted to sit, but now the front seat passenger is where everybody wants to sit. You can actually look up locations as the front seat passenger and send those locations to the driver. The driver can't actually see that screen because of technology, so very clever technology in that. Who doesn't want the front seat passenger to have their own screen? Great technology, really cool interior of this car, well executed. I'm telling you right now, this is an absolute must for anybody that wants a two-row, well executed, totally capable, water fording up to 2 feet SUV. The Grand Cherokee was redesigned back in 2022, and even though this is a 4xE version of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, it still gets the same design as the original 2022. And that is beautiful. It's dressed to impress and is a highly sophisticated design, but still gets the job done. It's beefy and it's bold. And you can see by just looking at the headlights that this has LEDs wherever possible. Now, there are 5 different grades of this vehicle, but just take a look. This vehicle is complicated, but not complex when you take a look at the design. The first thing you'll notice by looking at the front is there are swatches of blue throughout the vehicle, and that is to denote that this is a plug-in hybrid version. The tow hooks are the most obvious things that are blue at the front here, but they're not the only blue portions. The logos have a blue surround to them, the Jeep logo at the front, and even when you get to the side of the vehicle, the logos have a blue surround, showing you that this is, of course, the plug-in hybrid version. There are a couple of other things that are suitably notable on this vehicle as well. A Jeep doesn't get a 7-slat grille unless it is totally capable. And of course, this gets the 7-slat grille. But as a nod to the Wagoneer, this also has the shark nose. And that is, the hood comes out actually further than the front of the vehicle. Air intake here, air intakes here and here. A nice chrome surround for the bottom air intake. Parking sensors, a piece of black cladding here, and then of course the monochromatic bumper at the bottom. Coming around the sides, they have small pieces around the fog lights here, reflectors here, more parking sensors. Now, 21-inch wheels are something that you actually get on the regular Grand Cherokee, but the 4xE here gets a slightly smaller wheel, and I like that because it gets more beefier tires, and I think that gives it a more aggressive look. When you come around the side, it actually gets monochromatic pieces of cladding around the very square wheel wells. I like the square wheel wells, but I think it gives it a more sophisticated look with the sort of monochromatic cladding, and this is where you charge the vehicle. A nice blue E here on the charging port, and the trail rated 4xE badge again reflected in the blue to show that it's a plug-in hybrid vehicle. Again, blue around the Grand Cherokee logo here. The cladding around the bottom is monochromatic. Black mirrors with your silver piece at the bottom, and then your reflective LED lights for your signal light along the bottom of the mirrors. Silver door handles, and then your cladding continues to be silver along the bottom. Look at this tapered roof line, a black piece of roof. It has the A, B, and C pillars again in black, but the roof is tapered At the same time, it's aerodynamic, but it doesn't compromise your headspace in the back of the vehicle. The roofline coming all the way back with a piece of silver chrome here. It makes the vehicle separated somewhat. That silver cladding again around the back wheels, beginning with the LED tail lights here at the back. Again, the 4xE badging at the back here with the blue surround and the E being blue at the back, and then a piece of silver across the back with an air inlet here, and then of course opening the trunk. Over 37 cubic feet of space in the back of this two-row Grand Cherokee. If you put the seats down, you get over 70 cubic feet of space in the back of this vehicle. The 37 is plenty of room for all of my dogs, and underneath the floor is your spare tire as well. Now, one little piece of special information I want to tell you about, and I love this about Jeeps. When you're looking to close the trunk, you don't have to reach up and push the button in the trunk. You actually have a button on the side here, push it, and the trunk closes very easily. Now, I say do not pamper your kids or the backseat passengers too much, and if you're in this vehicle, they're going to get pampered back here. 5 total passengers, 3 in this second row. There are 4 USB ports, 2 A's and 2 C's. You also have heated seats back here, and there are their own heated and cooled controls with an LED panel. Plus, there are map pockets, sunshades, and a panoramic sunroof. Whatever will they want next when you get home? They'll want their own bedrooms. If you are ready to test drive this Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE and you're in love with it as much as I am, there are 3 ways to get hold of Dick Hanna Jeep in Vancouver. You can get them on the phone, you can get them on the web, or you can come down, and they would be more than delighted to get you into a test drive of the brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE.